Hi there, just a quick disclaimer before we get into the video. I'm gonna be saying that a game is appropriate for children. That does not mean I'm saying that the game is only for children, or that only children can enjoy the game. I'm simply saying children can play it. That doesn't mean you can enjoy it either. I know there are gonna be some people and they're kinda like, You said that Mega Bunny was for all ages! I have you know, I'm 13 years old and I play it every day! Yeah, you should know that most of the people play Roblox are teenagers now! It's not just some stupid baby game, you stupid baby! I'm not trying to say that you can't enjoy a game. All I'm saying is that kids can play it too. They might not even enjoy the game. I'm gonna be saying that this game is 9+. That doesn't mean you, as like a 13 or 14-year-old, can't play the game. And even if you're like 20 years old, you can still enjoy the game. I'm not saying these games are for kids or you're weird for liking the games. In fact, I think there's so much stuff that like kids can watch and kids can even enjoy that is actually pretty great stuff. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Today I'm going to be talking about Roblox age ratings, which is something that was announced at RDC. I know this is like a decently old topic, but I kind of wanted to talk about the other age ratings, because everyone just seems to talk about 18+, which, isn't gonna affect most people. So, most of Roblox's player base are under 18. I want to talk about all the other age ratings, which are going to affect everyone much more. So here are the age ratings themselves. Of course, you have all ages, 9+, 12+, and 17+. First, let's look at all ages. So, you have Natural Disaster Survival, Super Golf, Work at a Pizza Place, and Royal High. Yeah, all these games feel pretty... Yeah, they feel like they fit in this category. Natural Disaster Survival and Work at a Pizza Place, definitely. If they weren't in the all ages category, I don't really know what games would be. Super Golf, I'm kind of happy because it's a game I don't really see anyone under 9 enjoying. I mean, there are probably some under 9-year-olds who enjoy it, but I just think it's an older game. So I'm kind of glad it's here in the all ages category, because it shows that they're not really going to take how complex the games or whether kids are even going to join the games to be a factor, which I was kind of concerned about. Seems like they're just going for how inappropriate they think the games are, which is how they should do it. So, even if it was only a minor fear, I'm glad that that's not a thing. Now Royal High is definitely the most adult out of all the games. Or, should I say teenagers. I kind of feel like that's one of those games where the most immature Roblox teenagers go. But, yeah, I'll get back to this one because I kind of looking at the 9+ games, I kind of get a bit of a double standard. So, let's talk about those 9+ games. And they got a lot of people, including myself, very confused. But I think I found good reasons for all of them. So, we have Adopt Me, Meep City, and Welcome to Bloxburg, which if these games were all put in the all ages, I don't think anyone would find it strange. Because to a lot of people, these are very much children's games. With the excuse of Welcome to Bloxburg, that definitely has an older audience. But it kind of feels like Natural Disaster Survival and Pizza Place, where, it still is appropriate for children. So I don't really get. So a lot of people didn't get. And as I said before, all of these games I found reasons for. I don't know if they're particularly good reasons, but I found reasons for them all. So let's start with Meep City. Now, let's go back to Royal High, because that game is an all ages, and Meep City isn't. Now, Royal High, it's not like it doesn't have an amazing community or anything. Like, I mean, you go on there and the people playing it, it's not like, you know, I don't think it's any worse than Meep City. I think Meep City is just simply here because it's had a bad reputation over the years, and not really because of the actual game. I never said these were good reasons, but hey, at least I have reasons. So, I don't know, it kind of feels a bit like double standards. Like, oh yeah, Royal High, yeah, we're gonna allow that game, but Meep City, no. No Meep City, parties got removed. If parties were still in the game, then I guess so, but like, if parties got removed, so it's not like, I don't know, I haven't been in Meep City in a while. Maybe it is just that bad. But, anyways, on to Adopt Me now. Don't get your hopes up, because I believe Adopt Me is banned from all ages, or not banned, but is 9 plus because of its loot boxes. I think the loot boxes might be only in 9 plus games. Now, don't get your hopes up, this is only speculation. Personally, I think that's a feature that should definitely be added. I really don't think loot boxes should be it for anyone under 9. And I know there are going to be some people who should be like, loot boxes should only be for 18 plus, because it's gambling. I don't really think it's quite gambling. I don't really think that. But I definitely think it's definitely something that should be 9 plus, and I think that's a good feature, but it's not confirmed. We don't know. It's just speculation. All of this is speculation, because these ones do not make very much sense at all. Then we have Bloxburg. Now, this one had me really stumped for a long time. Like, I mean, I haven't played very much Bloxburg, okay? I'm gonna be completely honest. I bought the game, and I really haven't played it that much at all. So, yeah. I don't really know. Maybe there's like something inappropriate there. I haven't played it that much. I played it for like an hour. Didn't really click. But I do believe it's because it has a very flexible house building system, that allows you to kind of build crazy houses. So I think you might be able to make like something inappropriate or something. Maybe they're just throwing all games that have user generated content and stuff, or a certain amount of freedom for players. So for example, if Minecraft was in the game, that would be a 9 plus because, people can make stuff. But yeah, that's my speculation for that. Now let's get on to the 12 plus games. So, while I would call the 9 plus games generally a bit excessive, the 12 plus games, most of them at least make sense. And, most of them, when you think of higher rated content, that would be something that would come to mind. And you don't say what when you hear these games are 12 plus. So you have Mad City, Murder Mystery 2, Jailbreak, and the one weird one in this list, Piggy. Now, Mad City, Murder Mystery 2, Jailbreak, they make a lot of sense. I mean, guns, shooting, violence, not really. I would put them in 9 plus myself, but like, you can understand why these are in 12 plus. Then you have Piggy. Piggy to me feels like the ultimate 9 plus game. Because if you're under 9, Piggy's probably, gonna be a little scary for you. If you're like an under 9-year-old, then yeah, Piggy's probably gonna be a bit scary. But like, if you're over 9, are you really gonna be scared of Piggy? Are you really, like, there are probably definitely people who are scared of Piggy, and I'm not gonna call you names or anything. I'm a pretty big coward myself, but like, I'd say that's like, with some exceptions, that's definitely, to me, feels like a 9 plus game. Very much. And it's just so weird to me because it's kind of, to me, feels like the ultimate game. The ultimate game that would justify the 9 plus category. And instead we got like Adopt Me and like games 7-year-olds play. But yeah, Jailbreak and Murder Mystery 2 and Mad City, there wasn't anything like really bad in them. I'd definitely give them 9+ ratings. You know, they're very cartoonish. Like they have guns, but it's not like they're realistic. They're very cartoonish. So I don't really see why 9-year-olds can't see blocky avatars with guns. To me, I'd put them in 12+, but I do understand those ones. Now, enough talking about all this. Let's talk about the actual effect it's going to have. So, imagine this. You are, 7 to 9 years old, okay? You wake up. It's a Saturday morning, no school. You brush your teeth, make your bed, get dressed, all that stuff. You head down to the computer to play your favorite Roblox game. And then, suddenly, you can't. That's gonna happen to a lot of people. A lot of kids, And there are some people watching this video and they're too young to play a lot of games, Maybe like Jailbreak's their favorite game, or Adopt Me's their favorite game, or Piggy's their favorite game. And now they're too young. Like, look at games that Adopt Me, and they have a pretty high, under 9-year-old player count. Now I'm not saying yet again, I'm just gonna state this. I'm not saying only under 9-year-olds play this game, but I am saying a lot of them do. A large portion of the player base is. And suddenly, oh no, you can't play Adopt Me anymore. And that's kind of sad. And imagine, these kids spend money on these games. And now it's like, oh no, you can't play this game anymore. And that, to me, that is really sad. Because it's not just a very small issue, too. There are tons. Roblox has a lot of kids on their platform. And it's kind of like such a large portion of the player base are children, that so many of these games that kids just aren't going to be able to play their favorite games anymore. And it's not just going to affect the kids, it's going to affect the developers too, because suddenly, oh boy, a pretty big portion of the player base can suddenly no longer play our games. That's going to mean less money is going into it. So if you're like an Adopt Me fan, expect less updates. People are going to have to be like fired and stuff. They're going to have to start laying people off because they're not going to be making as much money, because now suddenly kids can't play their game anymore. Such a large portion of their audience can't play their game anymore. And so even if you're over, if you're over the 12, if you're like play Adopt Me and you're over 9, so it's not really going to affect you and stuff. It might do, because suddenly that's going to be less development time pouring into the game. Now, if you're like a fan of Piggy has stopped updating and stuff. So Piggy, I don't really think is, that's not going to change. It might even be a good thing for you, because less noobs. And for games with that only have one person working on them and stuff, it's not really going to be a big issue. But a lot of Roblox games have big teams now to give us tons of updates. I think a lot of them are going to need to shorten down, because such a wide portion of their audience just can't play anymore. And it's not like kids don't spend a ton of money, they do. So yeah, that's gonna be a big problem. And for some games it's gonna be a bigger problem than others. Like Doors and Arsenal, I think they're going to be pretty much fine. They're gonna lose some players, but like those have slightly older audiences. But for Adopt Me, that's a pretty big portion of your audience just gone. So now what I'd like to talk about is RB Battles, because RB Battles has a choice to make. Roblox is introducing these community events, and they're gonna have to choose. Either one, they have 12+ games and alienate everyone under 12, or two, do they make then 9+ games and get rid of fan favorites like Piggy? They're gonna have to choose one or the other. Or, they could always have like Piggy, but then Piggy isn't actually needed for the event. But Come on, everyone likes Piggy's RB Battles events. They're the best ones. So it's going to be a difficult decision that the RB Battles team is going to have to make, and also anyone else who wants to make an event. Are they going to have 12 plus games, or are they going to have 9 plus games? Or, they could always have all ages games, which I think that's a bit limiting. I wouldn't recommend that myself. But, you're going to have to choose. And, that kind of leads on to how this has kind of split Roblox up a bit. Like before anyone could play any game. And now, you really can't. There are going to be people who can play some games and people who can't play others. And I don't know, that's kind of sad. I do think this was a necessary change, but it's still sad nonetheless. And you know what? I think that about wraps up this video. So, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I have some other good videos on my channel. And I'll see you all later. Goodbye.